One of the players who was found not guilty in a high-profile sexual assault trial is returning to the NHL. That's Carter Hart, the goaltender, now signed with the Vegas Golden Knights.
This is one of the most shocking returns in recent hockey history. This is the news that no one expected to hear this season. Carter Hart is back. His reinstatement and sudden return to the NHL have set off a wave of reaction across the league.
Like I said, I got to meet some guys here today. Everybody's been very welcoming, and I'm just looking forward to getting things rolling here.
Carter Hart is 27 years old. On October 16th, 2025, he signed a professional tryout deal with the Vegas Golden Knights. The news came only weeks after a court found him not guilty in a 2018 case involving the Canadian World Junior team. According to Reuters, Hart is the first of 5 players from that case to rejoin the NHL after the trial ended. The deal allows Hart to train with Vegas but not play in any games until December 1st. That restriction was set by the NHL and the NHL Players Association when the players were reinstated. Until then, he can only practice with the team or work out with their affiliates. The Golden Knights already have 2 goalies, Adin Hill and Akira Schmid. Hill is recovering from a lower body injury, which made the team look for extra depth. Hart last played in the NHL with the Philadelphia Flyers. In his time there, he appeared in 227 games. His record was 96 wins, 93 losses, and 29 overtime defeats. He earned 6 shutouts, had a 2.94 goals against average, and a .906 save percentage. These are solid numbers for a goaltender who joined the league at age 20. The Golden Knights said in a statement that they stand by the NHL and NHLPA's decision to allow Hart to return. They added that they remain committed to the core values of the team and expect players to meet these standards. Hart also gave a short comment. He said he wants to show the community my true character and who he really is. The case that changed Hart's career started in June 2018. After Canada's World Junior Championship, a woman accused 5 players of sexual assault. In July 2025, the court cleared Hart and the others, ruling that the complainant's evidence was not credible or reliable. The verdict came after months of national coverage in Canada and the US. The NHL then reviewed the case before allowing any player to sign again. Before joining Vegas, other NHL teams had shown interest in Hart. The Carolina Hurricanes looked into signing him, but later confirmed they would not make an offer. Hart's agent said his client wanted a new start somewhere else. The Flyers, his former team, did not give him a qualifying offer, which made him an unrestricted free agent. For the Vegas Golden Knights, this signing could be both a risk and an opportunity. Their top goalie, Adin Hill, is still healing, and they need coverage at the position. Hart's experience could help the team later in the season. If his tryout goes well, Pro Hockey Rumors reports the team may offer him a 2-year deal worth about $1.8 million per season. The suspension was automatic while the league's investigation was still open. When that process ended, all 5 players became free to negotiate. Since Hart is the first to sign, his situation is being watched closely by teams, sponsors, and fans. Some believe his performance will determine whether other reinstated players will also return. Reports suggest that at least one of the other 4 has started talks with an NHL team. Hart's career before this controversy was promising. He was a 3-time Canadian Hockey League Goaltender of the Year and led Canada to a gold medal at the 2018 World Junior. Many experts once called him the future of Canadian goaltending. His return to the NHL now tests whether that early potential can still turn into a long career. In the league's public report, officials stated that reinstatement does not guarantee public approval. It only confirms that there are no active legal or disciplinary barriers. Hart's deal with Vegas fits within that rule. The Golden Knights said they followed the process and assessment the NHL and NHLPA made in their decision. From a hockey standpoint, Vegas gains an experienced goaltender during a season when several teams face injury. But the move also places the franchise under a spotlight. The case had drawn national attention, and the NHL's handling of it has been widely discussed. Hart's next step will come in team practices through November. Once December 1st arrives, he will be eligible to appear in official games. By then, Vegas will decide whether to keep him, move him to an affiliate, or end the tryout. For now, the signing alone has stirred debate across the hockey world. Major outlets including Reuters, the Associated Press, ESPN, and The Guardian have all covered the story, emphasizing its scale and impact. In less than a week, Carter Hart's name returned to headlines after almost 2 years of absence. For professional hockey, it is one of the biggest comebacks of 2025, and one that has already changed how the league talks about discipline, fairness, and second chances.
I mean, you want to be in a place where you want to win. That's the whole goal of why we do this. You want to hoist that Stanley Cup. This team has shown that they can do it. I'm lucky enough to now hopefully bring another piece in to help bring it back here. I think we put the most pressure on ourselves as hockey players. That's how we play the game. We want to win every single night. You want to win every battle. You want to win anything you can all the time.
Mitch Marner's words hit hard. His voice was calm, but his words were heavy. The Toronto star broke his silence and described what he called the dark times before he left the Maple Leafs. His story wasn't about hockey anymore. It was about safety, pressure, and how fast a dream can turn into something else.
Mitch, welcome to Vegas.
Thank you.
You're officially a Golden Knight. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, amazing. It's a super, super exciting time for the Marner family. We're thrilled to be here and looking forward to starting this.
Mitch Marner's move to the Vegas Golden Knights marked one of the biggest trades of 2025. After 9 seasons with the Toronto Maple Leafs, he signed an 8-year contract worth $96 million. His arrival in Vegas followed years of constant attention and scrutiny in Toronto, where he became one of the team's most discussed stars. During his time there, he produced 741 points in 657 games and reached a career high of 102 points in his final season. But his departure was not just about hockey. In a series of preseason interviews with the Golden Knights, Marner said there were reasons far deeper than performance or contracts. He said there were moments in Toronto that went beyond criticism. He called them dark times. Marner revealed that after one of Toronto's playoff exits, his home address was leaked online. He said someone had shared it publicly with a message inviting people to come pay us a visit. It was the first moment, he explained, when he realized that his family might not be safe. Within hours, he arranged professional protection for his home. For 2 weeks, guards were stationed at his property. He said that during that period, he could not even walk his dog without worry. The threat of strangers showing up or messages turning into actions changed the way he lived. Marner clarified that not all fans were part of the problem. Many had shown kindness and support over the years, but the constant negativity, the social media messages, and the sense of being targeted weighed heavily. He explained that the pressure in Toronto was unlike anything he had experienced. The Maple Leafs' playoff struggles drew anger from sections of the fan base and media. He said every loss turned into a new cycle of backlash. Every headline carried blame. Every post online became another storm. He said some days it was hard to focus on hockey at all. When asked about how he feels now, Marner said things are different. His exact words were, "It feels a lot lighter in a way." He said that moving to Vegas allowed him to reset his mind and feel calm again. The change of scenery, new teammates, and new city gave him a sense of peace. At Golden Knights training camp, Marner quickly found chemistry with Jack Eichel and Ivan Barbashev. He earned an assist on Eichel's goal in a preseason game, showing flashes of the playmaking that made him one of the league's top forwards. Coaches paired Marner with Eichel to test a new offensive core for the upcoming season. He said he wants to bring his power play experience and creativity to the team. Marner explained that in Toronto, he said the last playoff run with Toronto, a Game 7 loss to the Florida Panthers, was especially painful. He described the series as non-enjoyable. He said that was the moment he realized he might not continue in Toronto. Marner said those experiences changed how he looked at fame and success. He learned that being a star in a city be as hockey-focused as Toronto came with more than just attention. It meant living under a microscope. It meant that family and privacy could sometimes disappear. Marner's story has drawn mixed reactions. Some in Toronto's media have questioned his claims about the severity of the threats. Others have defended him, pointing to the broader pattern of harassment professional athletes face online. Marner's agent has said that at least one of the threats was confirmed and reported to police. The debate continues, but Marner's words stand firm. He said, "There were dark times, and I'm glad they're behind me." That sentence summed up both the past and the present. The Vegas locker room has welcomed him openly. Coaches have spoken about his attention to detail and quiet leadership. The tone around Marner has shifted from defense to confidence. For Marner, the new chapter is about rebuilding comfort and trust in the game he loves. The fear that once followed him in Toronto now gives way to freedom in Las Vegas. His play in preseason already shows glimpses of the same skill that made him a star, only this time without the shadows that trailed him before. The Golden Knights season begins with Marner on one of the team's top lines. His performance will be watched closely, but his words from preseason still echo. The story is no longer about leaving Toronto. It's about what he endured there and what he's rebuilding now.
It's a good question. I mean, you want to be in a place where you want to win. That's the whole goal of why we do this. You want to hoist that Stanley Cup. This team has shown that they can do it. I'm lucky enough to now hopefully bring another piece in to help bring it back here.
The silence broke with one message. Something big happened in hockey. Mitch Marner, a player who spent his whole NHL career with the Toronto Maple Leafs, said goodbye to the team.
I was so grateful to play there for 9 years. I said it at my end of the year interview there that I took a risky pick on a small kid from Toronto that, was forever grateful to be able to wear a Maple Leaf jersey and forever to be able to play in front of, some of the greats that ever wore that jersey. But just now as being a family man, a father, we thought our time was, ready to look somewhere else and find a new home and find a new place to grow our family. And like I said, I'm so grateful to be here and so happy to be a part of this team.
Just hours after the trade, he posted a powerful message online. Fans were shocked. He said something no one expected. This isn't just about hockey. It's about loyalty, dreams, and a very tough decision.
I think my whole mindset the whole time I was in Toronto was it was really tough to leave Toronto, to be honest. I didn't ever think it maybe come to that day.
Mitch Marner is no longer a Toronto Maple Leaf. The team traded him to the Vegas Golden Knights in a surprise deal. This happened on July 1st, 2025. On that same day, Marner went to Instagram. He wrote a message to all the fans in Toronto. His words were honest and sad. He said, "Leaving isn't easy." He also said, "This city is where I grew up, where I fell in love with hockey." Marner played 9 seasons with the Maple Leafs. He was born in Markham, Ontario, not far from Toronto. He was drafted by the team in the first round in 2015. Since then, he has scored 741 points in 657 games. That includes 221 goals and 520 assists. Last season, he played 81 games. He had a career-best 102 points. That came from 27 goals and 75 assists. But still, something was missing. Mitch Marner never won a Stanley Cup with Toronto. In his message to fans, he wrote, "When I was drafted, all I wanted was to help bring a Stanley Cup to Toronto. That was always the goal, and I came up short." His words were clear. He didn't make any excuses. He told the truth. He didn't reach the goal he cared about the most. He wanted to win for the city that raised him, and he couldn't do it.
You want to be in a place where you want to win. That's the whole goal of why we do this. You want to hoist that Stanley Cup. This team has shown that they can do it. I'm lucky enough to now hopefully bring another piece in to help bring it back here.
The Maple Leafs traded Marner to Vegas in a deal that included a new contract. The Golden Knights gave him an 8-year deal worth $96 million US. That means he will make $12 million every year until 2033. In return, Toronto got forward Nicholas Roy. Roy had 31 points last season in 71 games. The Leafs also made a big move after the trade. They gave forward Matthew Knies a 6-year deal. That contract is worth $46.5 million. Brad Treliving is the general manager of the Maple Leafs. He has made many changes to the team. Letting Marner go is one of the biggest so far. The team now has more space in their budget. They can sign other players. They can try to make a fresh start. In Las Vegas, Marner will play with a strong team. The Golden Knights have already won a Stanley Cup. They have a good group of players. Adding Marner makes them even better. He is known for making great passes and scoring big goals. Now he gets to try again, this time in a new city. Marner's Instagram message didn't just thank fans. It also showed how much the team meant to him. He wrote, "Wearing the maple leaf on my chest wasn't just about playing for a team, it was about representing my home." That line showed how personal this was for him. This wasn't just a job, it was a part of who he was. He also wrote, "Toronto will always be home." That tells us something very important. Even though he is leaving, he still loves the place he came from. He still cares about the fans who cheered for him for almost a decade. The news about the trade was shared by many trusted outlets, including Reuters and NHL.com. They reported that Marner's contract was one of the biggest this off-season. They also said that this trade could change the future of both teams. Vegas now has one of the best playmakers in the league. They paid a lot of money, but they believe Marner is worth it. Toronto, on the other hand, is now younger and faster. They may not be stronger yet, but they are building for the future. Fans had different reactions. Some were sad to see Marner go. Others felt it was time for a change. But no one can say Marner didn't give his best. He played hard for the Leafs for 9 straight seasons. He showed up in every way he could. In total, Mitch Marner played 657 games for Toronto. He had 221 goals and 520 assists. That makes 741 points. He also played in many playoff games, but the team never made it past the second round. Many fans hoped this would be the year. The team had good players like Austin Matthews and William Nylander, but they still couldn't get to the final. After another early playoff exit, the team decided it was time to make changes. The trade came quickly after the season ended. The Leafs didn't wait. They sent Marner to Vegas on July 1st. That's the first day of NHL free agency. It's when teams can sign new players. This wasn't just a regular trade, it was a sign and trade. That means Marner signed a new contract with Vegas right after being traded. The deal is for 8 years and worth $96 million. That number is big. Only a few players in the league make more. But Marner is still young. He is just 28 years old. He is in his prime. Vegas hopes he can help them win another Stanley Cup. Marner will join a team with stars like Jack Eichel and Mark Stone. They are already good. Now they are even better. Vegas fans are excited. They believe this trade makes them one of the top teams in the NHL. Meanwhile, in Toronto, things are different. The Leafs are trying to stay competitive, but they are also planning for the long term. Vegas wants to win now. Toronto is trying to win soon, but not right away. Marner's goodbye message was the final piece of the story. It showed his true feelings. He didn't hide anything. He told the fans what they needed to hear. He said thank you. He said sorry, and he said goodbye. The last part of his message read, "Toronto will always be home." That line stayed with fans. It reminded them that even when players leave, memories stay. Stats may fade, but feelings last longer. For 9 years, Mitch Marner was part of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, he is part of the Vegas Golden Knights. He left one team with no championship. He joins another that already has one, but the goal remains the same: win the Stanley Cup. As this season begins, Mitch Marner spoke clearly. He said goodbye with respect and truth. He broke his silence, and in doing so, he shocked everyone. Something big is coming to hockey, and it's not just about one team. On July 1st, Connor McDavid will make a move no one saw coming. That move could change how the best players in the league get paid. It will break a rule that stars have followed for years. What happens next may change the NHL forever.